Hey everybody, it's Leroy from Leroy Gaming, and the day has come. The Player Appreciation Package has hit for Outriders. I'm here to discuss it with you guys, as well as the other balance changes. So make sure to stick around. Now, TLDR, there's some good news and some bad news. Yes, it's only one weapon that you're going to get, but I have actual proof, undeniable proof, that technically it works as intended, for better or for worse. For the explanation, make sure to check out the rest of the video. As always, I'm going to make sure to put a nice little timestamp for you guys so you can jump around to the different sections I'm going to cover. But enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump in. Let's take a look at everything that was put in through this update today. So first of all, appreciation package. As you're going to see with my thumbnail, I have a little tongue-in-cheek making fun of this a little bit because, you get one legendary weapon, one of 46 random God rolled legendary weapon, which is great, potentially. Now, here's the problem. If you don't have a lot of, let's say you're new or relatively new, you didn't get as many weapons. Maybe you've gotten a lot of the common ones, but not all the common ones. There's a chance that of the rare weapons they're going to give you, you may not get the one that you're looking for. Okay. Now, I do have proof that this does work. So, for example, with me almost at 500 hours played, the only weapon that I had not gotten was the High Roller. In fact, if you watch my video reviewing all the Tier 3 mods, I showed all of my weapons, except I had to borrow footage from a friend for the High Roller because it just would not drop for me. So I told myself, if this patch is working or this appreciation package is working as intended, I should be guaranteed a High Roller. So at first, I logged in on my main character, my Technomancer, because I thought it would be my most experienced, right? And it wasn't there. And I was like, what? But then I did this. Check it out, boys. I logged in on my Devastator, which apparently is my most experienced. Now, the only thing I can think of is that this is because I think I've played more hours on him trying to farm certain gear. So, lo and behold, boys, God Roll, High Roller 99.4. The irony of it is I'm going to disenchant this for the mod. This weapon is horrible, but the mod is beyond godly. So I'm going to be breaking it down. So here's one of the few times I'll get to see this 99.4. So ironically, I wish I'd gotten this and then by myself and then gotten a God roll of a weapon I actually want to equip. But that's not the point here. The point here is that it is working. This is unequivocal proof that it will work. Now, again, if you're one of those individuals that has either gotten all the loot already, you may not get the one you wish. Or potentially, again, if you're not in a situation like me where you've gotten most of the weapons except the rarest, you may not get the one that you want. But again, they did state it's supposed to be one of the rare ones, like one of the top rare classes. So here it is, again, the proof that, in case there's some people saying that this did not work at all, I got proof for you that it definitely did work. Do check multiple characters, though, if you have them. Again, the character that you think is the most experienced may not be. It may not be your first character that hit to high level. It sounds like it's whichever character you've put the most hours on. And for me, apparently it's a Devastator. So here is that element. Okay, now with that being covered, let's move on. So let's take a look at what else they're talking about here. So again, as it says here, for this God roll, you're gonna get it's gonna go on your most experienced character. Now, as it states here, if your inventory is full, please check your stash. And if stash and inventory are full, it's going to appear next time you log in. And it says here, again, if you've already previously found all weapons, your character will be granted the rarest weapon for their class. So again, now they don't state what that is, but you will find out what the rarest one is. I'm guessing for more often than not, it's probably the High Roller from what I've seen statistically. You get extra titanium. This is nothing. And a new frustration emote, which is very, very appropriate. So that's interesting. All right, let's move on to the other information. And this is the balancing. So here we go. So let's go ahead. And it says, preamble. Today's changes focus primarily on buffing underused skills and improving player survivability via armor rebalancing. Thank goodness. This only initial first pass based on the mass player data that we've seen in analytics. Something has not been mentioned here. Do not fret. Work is already underway for upcoming balance passes, which we will look at other topics of focus, including legendary drop distribution, which again, that'd be nice if they did that now, but we'll take what we can get. We're also aware that timed expeditions remain a point of contention regarding balancing, that they are a fundamental problem for many players as their time nature can drive a too heavy DPS focused meta. Addressing the root cause of this issue is something that we will take a longer time. This is not something we will be able to address as part of media upcoming patches. We are working on this issue and continue to look into what is feasible in long term. And this is a tough conundrum, guys. Again, a lot of games like this, you got to have some sort of challenge. Either something is so bone crushingly difficult that unless you're really well geared, you're just not going to survive, or a time element is the other natural effect. My personal opinion, and do let me know your opinion in the comments below, isn't that timing is a bad idea. There are just some that are terribly imbalanced. Some are just way too hard for builds outside of like the meta super build. So if you don't have a meta pyro OP build, or you don't have, a technomancer of a BR build, you struggle, which is not fun. Okay, balance notes for health and armor. Health available on armor pieces has been increased greatly and rebalanced. Who cares? Nobody picks up health. It is now possible to effectively double character's health by using certain gear pieces. Yeah, it's still not enough value. I'm sorry. This is, again, I'm all about being positive, but you give up effective DPS. So we'll see. And again, this plays into that whole idea. The meta is about killing fast. So I don't know. This doesn't sell me on that. Devastator, reflect bullets. Reflect bullets base damage has been increased by 250%. This is nice, boys. Hulk Smash build, anybody? Check it out. It uses reflect bullets, or any other build that use reflect bullets. That's actually pretty nice. And there are some mods that you can utilize to have the mod with the most damage, take all the damage and take like 50% more damage. So there's some reflect builds that could be interesting. Impale. The hit points regeneration gained by the Impale skill has been increased by 50%. That's nice. It's going to make it even better technically. Not that Impale wasn't used already. The range of Vlad Grass mod has been increased by 100%. So that's interesting. Note regarding Impale. We are aware that some players would like enemies to be registered as dead faster after impalement in order to clear expeditions faster. Yeah, that is true. Changing this behavior might have ramifications for the AoE armor and health regen buffs the skill provides, but we're currently considering what can be done here. So I'm guessing however long they're considered currently not dead for clearing is how long those buffs last. So I'm guessing if they remove that element or lower it, it also lowers the buffs, which makes sense. Yeah, it's a problem they need to work on. That's a them problem. Pyromancer Phaser Beam base damage increased by 100%. So that's good because it's not part of the meta. Phaser Beam SFP has been set to 2.1, previously 1.5. So FPF controls how much the Phaser Beam skill benefits from status power attribute. So if you don't know, this is an ability that even in the description scales our status power as opposed to just anomaly power. So this is really good if you're going to stack. So I could see now potentially between these two buffs having a Phaser Beam build be effective against single targets or small groups of enemies as opposed to the big meta, which is blowing everything up right now. This change effectively means that damage from Phaser Beams may well be doubled and then some, though the effectiveness of the improvement still depends on the character's status power attribute. So these changes will help the skill kill particular riflemen, berserker, and shotgunners of ease. Volcanic armor mod's damage reduction has been increased to 65% for both anomaly and physical damage. That's nice. So if you want to get that nice defensive mod. Technomancer, Tool of Destruction. The RPG summoned by the Tool of Destruction has its base damage increased by 66%. Oh, snap, boys. My explosion build? Oh, yeah. RPG edition is now going to be even more bonkers. That's already really powerful, but you do most of your damage with the scrap little grenades or mines, but this is pretty good. And the RPG summoned by Tool of Destruction has had its fall off reduced by 50%. So minimum range. So basically, if you know what this means, when you're shooting at ranged targets, it's literally going to start dropping down, so it's harder to aim. This makes it so it drops off less, so it's easier to hit targets in long range. And the base damage dealt by the Demolition Man mod has been increased to 65, previously 35. Ooh. Okay. That's really, really quite good. Fixing wave. The healing provided by fixing wave has been increased to 65%, previously 33%. That's good to know because this was kind of junky. I still don't know if you're going to take a healing mod instead of a DPS mod, but at least it's not total junk. The cooldown is way too short, though, or way too long. So if you could do this every couple of seconds, every 5 seconds, maybe it'd be really good for never dying, but I don't know. Cold Snap. The armor reduction dealt by Frostbite mod has been increased to 100%, previously 35%. Now this, now boys, this is actually pretty good. So one of the main reasons people do blighted round builds is because blighted rounds make it so you bypass all armor. With this potential buff, I know it's situational, unfortunately, but basically makes it that your normal bullets completely bypass all armor. So this basically went from useless to potentially good. So the base and then we got the base damage of the Ice Baby mod has been increased by 300% from 0.3 to 1.2 base damage at level 1. I'm gonna have to double check this mod right here because I don't think I ever used it. In fact, let's check it out live really quick. What is the Ice Baby mod? I'm guessing most of you that are watching this right now probably don't remember off the top of your head what in the world Ice Baby is. But let's go take a look at this live while I'm recording. Let's see what Ice Baby is. Clearly, I'm not using it because I'm guessing if they had to increase it by 300%, this probably needs to be was probably massively underpowered. All right, boys, let's take a quick look at this. I'm gonna go and randomly upgrade one of my pieces or change one of my pieces of loot. Let's just go on here. All right, and this was and what did we say this was? This is going to be for Cold Snap. Okay, just want to confirm. There we go. All right, let's see. Cold Snap. Okay. So enemies already afflicted with freeze will receive an extra, in this case, 55,000 damage from the skill. So still not very good. There's my TLDR on it. Okay. Because again, it's just situational, unfortunately, just for that second. And, you know, you can be hitting for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of damage with better setups. But that's what it is. Freeze turret. The duration of freeze turret has increased to 30 units, previously 20. Okay. The problem is you're spamming them on a pretty regular basis too. I don't think this was a problem. Trickster. Borrowed time. Base damage dealt by the aggressive teleportation mod has been increased by 111% from 45 to 95. Okay. This needed a significant boost to make it worthy of legendary status. Okay, makes sense. Hunt the Prey. The base damage dealt by Backstabber mod has been increased by 100% from 20 to 40 AP base damage. So this is the one that when you jump behind him, you automatically do damage. And again, unfortunately, it was junk damage. So I don't know. It's not really part of the meta, but at least it might be usable with high AP stacking builds now, potentially. Ooh, I like this. I like this because this is part of my new Temporal Ninja build I'm building. The base damage of Temporal Slice by Strong Slice mod has been increased by 71% from 17.5 to 30 base damage at level 1. This is going to be significant, and I'm calling it out. This right here is going to be the most impactful of these mods on all these builds, all these changes, all these balances. Now, I want to give them kudos. They didn't nerf anything. They kept their word, boys. Let's not dump on them too bad here because nothing but buffs. Loving it. Keep it up, boys. All right. Now let's take a look. Let's see here if there's anything else. So we know the ongoing list of issues. Damage reduction mechanic deep dive. We're looking forward to sharing this imminently. Stay tuned. All right. So does that mean later today? Does that mean tomorrow? Hopefully soon. I'll make sure to make a video once that's ready to go. And then finally here, boys, next patch release. We're currently aiming to release our next patch next week, but we'll confirm this in the future. Again, my feedback on it, all really good changes. The only thing I wish they did heading into this weekend would be if they had increased their drop rates for people. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So hopefully, guys, you enjoyed and found this video helpful. Again, if you have comments on the patch or any questions, leave them in the comments below. And finally, boys, I did want to point out also that while you maybe only got one legendary here, my channel on my stream on Leroy Gaming Stream on twitch.tv/Leroy Gaming Stream, we've been doing CT15 carries for the last couple of months, 6 nights a week, helping lots of people get lots of legendaries, a lot more than this package, for better or for worse. So definitely come and join us. And this Saturday, we are doing my big 24-hour stream that got delayed by a week, but it's finally happening, celebrating 2,400 subscribers on YouTube. So we're going to be going for 24 hours straight. We're going to be carrying people through CT15s. Also, on top of that, we are also going to be doing Eye of the Storm carries for the first time, maybe potentially golds for people. As long as you're level 50, you don't got to be min-max, but we're pretty confident we can do EOT, Eye of the Storm gold carries. So come and check it out. Going to be a lot of fun. And then finally, again, if you want to join a safe haven of positivity when it comes to Outriders community, do check out my Discord at Leroy Gaming. You're going to find it in the description below. And again, I look forward to seeing you guys on my stream and in the next video.